and welcome to Onesies, a podcast of one season wonders, blunders, and rape culture advertisements chosen by Emily. My name is Andrew,
My name is Emily.
and we are discussing Dweebs, episode six,
Seven?
seven.
Seven, I think.
You're off on your numbering, and it just makes my heart happy whenever I see it, thinking we're almost done, but we're not. I think we're finally to seven. So this episode
There's
is
only 10 episodes, right?
for who I thought we'd hit close to bottom. I didn't realize that we were preparing for part of Fairfork's job to be making a fucking nudie calendar for the office for the next year. Wow. So
Wait till you watch next week's episode, Andrew.
oh good. Oh good. I'm so happy. So this episode is entitled "The Show Where Noreen Sleeps with Warren," I believe.
Something like that. The Noreen Sleeps with Warren show. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So yeah, the Noreen Sleeps with Warren show, because they don't use passive voice like Friends. Okay, so this episode, written by a lady, a lady
No
as
wonder it was so good.
no wonder it was so good. Can you talk to me about some boob job? Oh wow, that was a lot for Fair Fork. I feel like this show was written by someone who hates her, particularly this episode.
This episode
Maybe
was particularly bad because she's painted like a teenage girl. Like I don't know if like I don't know. Nerds existed before the 90s tech bubble, right? Like nerds existed long before. So
Mhm.
she would understand, having been to high school, presumably, that boys, no matter whether they're the dumb jocks, I'm using air quotes because not all jocks are dumb, trying to be inclusive of the jocks,
Who's
and
that fucking
or
idiot quarterback? Oh wait, they're either idiots or they're fucking thieves, right? That's what it
yeah.
is. There's Colin
Um,
Kaepernick, and then there's a bunch of fucking racist, thief, rapist quarterbacks who are white. Is that how it works? And even
I mean, I think
Colin,
might be one or two other black quarterbacks in the NFL, but
okay.
not a lot. Historically, it is a white, whatever.
Okay, sorry. Sorry I
So
derailed us from your favorite show.
whether they're dumb jocks or they're the quiet nerds, they are fucking perverts. They're perverts who are constantly lusting after women, even if they have convinced themselves that they don't have a chance and they're cowering, they're still taking whatever affection you give them and sexualizing it. They're still doing it. Like, if she had been to high school, she would have known this. They're writing the character so stupid. Whatever. They can also be good in bed. Anybody can be good in bed. They just have to practice. Whatever. What's the joke from Revenge of the Nerds? How did you get so good at this? And he says, all the jocks think about is sports, and all I think about is girls. Right?
Right?
Revenge of the Nerds fucking told us that.
1984. So, is there even a subplot this episode with the boys at the office? Yes, the coffee.
The coffee,
Oh
yeah.
my God, that was painful.
Yeah.
So, the subplot in the office, which we're going to discuss right now, so we can focus on the more important aspects of the episode, like how much you women hate each other because of each other's physical appearance, because you are just trying to attract the best man, and there's a limited number of them. Thank God this show is clarified second wave feminism for me. Um,
Andrea working with like a word with you, sir.
is it the second wave ones that age so well in the current era, or is that the first waves? Anyway, the white women are the white women. Do they understand their assignment, Emily? Anyway, guess what week it is, folks? It's not election week, but we're getting there. Damn, and we still have to finish this show. Okay,
Vote,
so,
vote, everybody. Go out and vote.
and also, I mean, for all of our four listeners, you either vote for Harris or you don't fucking listen to this show. Unless it's a protest vote and you have actual reasons for it and things like that. But if you fit Emily and I's demographic, I would say you should probably vote and for Harris. And if Elon Musk can give away $1 million to Republicans every day, I can say that.
Wait,
Okay.
individual Republicans? Should I just register as a Republican to get $1 million
Yeah,
from
you
Elon?
totally
Okay.
100% should.
I'll show
Though,
him my
Emily,
boobs.
you,
I'll show him my boobs.
you would need to carry a child for him. That is one of his
No,
requirements.
I could just show him my boobs. I can't
I
carry a
don't
child.
think I don't think he cares about boobs as much as he cares about spreading his spawn of white power across the earth.
Can I just
Um,
get a fake scan and show him the baby and then just take the
sure.
$1 million
You don't
and then
even
have a
need to,
miscarriage?
you literally just need to register to vote and promise to vote for Trump, and he'll give you $1 million. It's a promotion he's doing. Sadly, pre-show shenanigans y'all missed. Emily has been banned from Twitter for misandry, as usual. So, um,
I'm back
the
on now,
coffee.
by the way.
Oh wow, cool.
It was just a 12-hour.
You showed him your boobs. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so the coffee subplot,
Yeah,
where
coffee
we
subplot,
get
sorry.
we do get to hear about them being in Seattle again, much to
Hmm.
our delight. So
The hub
Morley,
of coffee culture.
as someone from as a Seattle coffee drinker, the dialogue in this episode is so bad that I'm like, Corey Feldman knows how bad this is. Even Corey Feldman
Core
knows how
dog.
bad this. The core dog knows. I thought we called him the Fell dog. Why do you call him the core dog? Why do you have to? This is the problem with women, as we will discuss in this episode. Okay, so Morley's worried that Corey Feldman has too much caffeine, so he tries changing out his coffees. Todd, the office temp, is the one who is trying out all these concoctions because Morley wants to make a coffee that tastes the same but has no caffeine. Now, if you were a person who was going through caffeine withdrawals, you probably know that this would not be how this plays, things like that. But the initial thing is Morley has made some sort of special blend of coffee that tastes as rancid and strong as Vicks, but has no caffeine. He tests it on Todd, who starts dancing and gyrating and showing off those theater kid skills.
Yeah.
Um,
Big
I
theater
mean,
kid vibes from Todd
big
this
theater kid
episode.
vibes. I mean, not unaccomplished ones. I can't do the splits like that in Dockers. Like, power, more power to you. So that's basically their subplot. It runs the whole episode. Vic's gonna figure it out. He's gonna change out Morley's coffee with caffeine, which almost kills Morley.
Ha ha
Um,
ha ha ha.
yeah,
Isn't that funny?
it's funny. I mean, it's funnier than the end of the episode. So, um, where also they are going to then have to test their coffees and give them to Todd, who's going to have reactions to them. And it is a delight. It is just comedy gold from Emily's favorite show, Dweebs 1995 CBS.
Also in the subplot that you haven't mentioned, that's like a Z plot. I mean, it's so down there, is we come back to the Carl astronaut subplot.
Yes, we do.
So he has passed a written exam or something. He's very excited. And he comes back two more times. He's doing the anti-gravity thing, which he's doing a very funny Mr. Heavyfoot walk into the office. And then he comes back having been in an environment with a lot of noise to test his reaction and resistance to loud noises. And the joke, not very funny, is that he says it didn't impact him at all, but he's shouting as if he has lost his hearing. Ha 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 ha.
Ha ha ha.
The end of that as well. But I'm glad it came back, and I hope it continues to come back. I hope the end of the season is him blasting off into space.
It feels very much like Stephen Tobolowsky was like, I don't want to be in the office as much. I'll be at NASA and I'll do funny returns. Okay, the A plot. Carrie brings some papers into Warren's office. We get a bit about him jumping up and down on his trampoline and her trying to match this without just getting on the trampoline. Z grade physical humor from this show.
Yeah.
Not Todd doing the splits. Peter Scolari can't do that shit. He then invites her to the a movie premiere. Now he's
Right.
so flummoxed in describing it, he's dropping all the pertinent words, and we're gonna have this for about half the episode. Spoiler alert, Peter Scolari is going to communicate entirely normally in the last 7 minutes of this episode and will not be remarked on by anyone at all.
Yeah.
No one's going to notice.
Yeah.
What is he going to use these powers for? We will get to it. But let's just say Emily's Emily's views on female empowerment are concerning to me. Just going to say, based on this being her favorite show, that she thinks that all girls under the age of 7 should watch on repeat. Okay, so she Carrie can't go to the premiere because it's her niece's birthday and they're going to the ballet.
Right.
We do not get to meet the niece. We do not get any like actual character development on Carrie this episode during these things. Nothing. What, you should still go, Warren. Why don't you take my friend Noreen?
That would be great.
Cut to Noreen and Carrie at the cafe, which makes no sense. Now, here's why. Why the fuck would you go to this place?
Why would you go to this place if you're not there with the nerds?
If you're not there with the nerds,
Why would you go? Why would you bring your girlfriend who is openly hostile toward them?
yes.
Calls Peter Scolari a weirdo, which he is. An oddie. Yeah. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
But what's he good
Why?
at? What's he good at, Emily? What's he
Fucking.
good at?
Apparently.
Specifically, what's he good at?
Fucking all night long.
I don't think it
All
was
night.
fucking. I think she implied he was using a certain.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, we'll get to it. Emily's going to talk about it.
I'm sorry. I need to go get a towel.
The 2 you're sitting on haven't lasted. So they're out
I'm gonna
of the.
get a Trump brand towel to sit on, like he uses for his PP pants.
What?
I'm gonna have to cut that up, aren't I?
No, I mean not if it's accurate.
There have been pictures of Trump like sitting on a couch for an interview with like what looks like a pad, like a towel for soaking
Jesus
up like
fucking Christ. This is
like urine. Yeah.
cool.
I mean, I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's real. It's funny though.
Great. This is great. Yeah. Okay. So, I wonder how many people on this show support Trump or did before they passed. Okay, moving on. It's okay, folks. You just get to think about that in your regular day all the time. Every fucking white person you see, you just get to think, are they really a Trumper? Okay, so Noreen's like, I don't want to fucking go. He's an oddball. Our waiter guy keeps coming back.
Trying to hit on them in weird ways.
Hit on them. At one point, he is telling.
He's talking about. At one point, he talks about his. The company had stakes in this movie because they had done some special effects work, and since Andrew isn't here to disagree with me, I think it's very funny that they make fun of Keanu Reeves being a bad actor because he's a terrible actor. Of course, that being said, I haven't watched anything that he has done in 30 years. But they make the joke that they created some software to show a reaction, to have Keanu Reeves' face make a reaction. Very funny. Loved it. Andrew's a huge Keanu Reeves fan. Loves him so much. Thinks he's the greatest actor since Alex Winter. I don't know. I'm gonna wait for him to come back now because I'm
sorry about that, Emily.
I just told everybody how much you love Keanu Reeves.
So Keanu Reeves is a great actor. I don't know if we've ever told our story, but Emily and I became best friends because she thinks Bram Stoker's Dracula is the best movie ever made, and so do I. Okay. So
oh God. What's her name is the worst too. Oh, she's so bad.
So bad. So then, let's
So
see.
he decides he's going to take Noreen. Oh, no, they're in the cafe. Sorry.
Yeah, they're
And
in the
she's talking about how
cafe.
he's a weirdo. And she's like,
Adi
yeah,
adi
but you could,
oddball.
oddie, oddie, oddball. You can go and see all the beautiful people and report back on what their personalities are like and what trash they're wearing, whatever. They're being catty. They're going to be catty in person, whatever. Um, so she decides to go just because she wants to meet all the famous people
Yep.
at the Seattle movie
Premiere
opening
of a
premiere.
Quentin Tarantino film starring Keanu Reeves. Yes. Yes.
Are we
We
sure it's a
got
Quentin Tarantino
Steve.
film, or is he just at the premiere?
I feel like the implication is that he had something to do with the production,
Okay.
but Antonio Banderas and Brad Pitt are both there, so this is a very high
And
profile
Uma.
premiere. And Uma. It's a very high profile career film for it's Inglorious Bastards, Kill Bill, Kill Inglorious Bastards in this universe. Okay, or it's no, because there wouldn't it, I was gonna make a joke that it was Desperado with Keanu Reeves recast as Antonio Banderas, but why would Antonio Banderas be at the premiere then?
Yeah. And why
Anyway,
wouldn't Salma Hayek be there?
because it was Uma Thurman in that version. Okay, in
Oh,
that universe. Okay, but instead we then cut to the limo where Noreen is on the phone with Carrie talking about how much Carrie would hate Uma Thurman because she looks so good in person. And women, they should just it's all Hunger Games, baby. It's all Hunger Games. They're just fucking clawing out one of them to get over him to the man next to her or whatever.
I would agree with you, except
Okay.
that even though Warren is an oddie oddball, he's also
Hmm.
got a lot of money.
Okay.
And I could put up with somebody who's a little odd if they had a lot of money.
And can go all night, as we will find out soon. So out of nowhere, Noreen feels bad that she was a shitty date to Warren. She's like,
No, because she even says, like, oh, I realize I haven't talked, I barely talked to you all night. And he's like, not barely. You didn't talk to me at all. He outright calls her
yeah.
out on her bullshit, which is great.
And then she's like, well, do you want to come up and we can talk now? And it's just like, interesting. What? I mean, we
Yeah,
already
like
know what the episode's called. So then do we go to we go to Carrie's with Noreen getting there the next morning. So presumably it was on a Friday night and there's no work the next day.
and
Or
Carrie's
this
walking
is,
around in her little extra large t-shirt as a nightie, just something for dad,
well, I
something
mean,
for daddy.
what if one of her male coworkers comes over? How the fuck should she be dressed, considering she's literally there for their consumption? Um, as is the way of the world, as we will find out, as it should be. Um, barf. So Noreen's like, Carrie's like, how did you have a good time? And she's like, oh, yeah, I had a great time. And she's like, yeah, it sounds like you had fun at the premiere. No, not the fun at the premiere, fun with Warren. And Carrie's like, I'm sorry, what?
Well, it's kind of funny because she's playing dumb in a way that's like she certainly can't be talking about having had sex with Warren. Obviously, she's not talking about that. So what did you guys do? What did you guys talk? What you and it goes on like just long enough that it's almost amusing that she's so like naive about it, and it's gross that Noreen is talking the way she's talking. Well, because it's the '90s, network sitcom. It's got to be a little like I don't know, something for like the middle-aged women to be like, oh,
So the implication is that Warren, in addition to having a cute little butt, which we get to see at length, not
I
uncovered, but
have I have notes on that, so don't skip it when we get to
I
it.
won't. I know you
Okay.
do. You have a poster of it behind you on your wall. It's fucking weird, but at least I know what that is now.
No, it's a
Uh,
projector just projecting him bouncing up and down. Except I used AI to take his pants off.
Nice. Nice. Used your Twitter Pro account to do that, I'm
Yeah.
sure, with
Yeah.
Grok. Okay. So Noreen's like, well, you know how Warren takes forever with his mouth? And Carrie's like, uh-huh. And Noreen's like, that ain't just when he's talking. Yowza! And like does a little. So Carrie's just like, barf, this is so gross. You
It's
fucked my
so
boss.
gross.
And she's like, I didn't just fuck your boss. I'm gonna keep fucking him because he's a good fuck. And Carrie's just like, this is really uncomfortable for me. And Noreen's like, good,
Thank you
good, I
for
want it.
I would like to thank you for recreating that uncomfortable atmosphere in the last 30 seconds or so.
Yeah,
That's
you're welcome.
very nice of you.
Because you made me fucking watch this show.
So you get to use your male privilege and power to make me uncomfortable? Does that make you feel like a big man?
I mean, literally, I think you're supposed to dress scantily because I am doing that. That's what this show's. Calm down. Calm down. This isn't a video podcast. Calm down.
I have a tank top. I have a tank top. Don't worry, I wasn't going to take my shirt off. Jeez.
I'm not Elon Musk, for fuck's sake.
It's your wife's birthday, for Christ's sake.
All right.
I'll do it out of respect for her.
So then what happened? Carrie then.
Um,
Oh, wait. Is this the scene? Do we actually have a scene before? Yes, we do.
they
Carrie,
cut. There's a commercial break or
yeah.
something.
Carrie goes to work and, like, or does she, do they have the talk about how they all are like sniffing her panties and want to fuck her
That's
yet?
like no, that's in the kitchen with Noreen. So
It is the
they
same scene.
it's the same scene. It's after they admit that, or she admits that she had sex with Warren. They go into the kitchen, and she's sitting there like I don't know why you think these men are like innocent.
You
No,
innocent
I don't
boys.
know why. I don't know why you think these men are safe. These men are not safe.
So here's a funny thing. That phrasing of the situation and where they go with the episode is revolting.
Yes,
So,
100%.
yes, they're like phrasing it as, oh, you didn't think these guys were fucking perverts who were going to try to get you drunk and have sex with your unconscious form? Of course they are, and they might be good at it. Um, but then Carrie goes to work very dressed. I believe they
Covered,
say
covered
they
up. Yeah,
yes, covered up. I believe someone says she's dressed like their grandmother or
Vic.
something.
Vic says that. Yeah.
This is also
When Toblowski comes in
yeah,
speaking really loudly because
yeah.
he thinks all the noise has not impacted his ears when in fact it has. And there's
And
a gag, I'm using that term loosely, where all the guys come up and greet her and she like dismisses them in an unusual manner. Usually she's slightly flirtatious or she just kind of is mommified, right? Like she's like, "Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's so cool." She's just like super enthusiastic, which whatever. So they sneak outside onto the balcony, which is this the second or third time we've seen that balcony in use?
second,
I think it's just a second.
yeah.
Um, and the joke is they're trying to sneak away to say something to talk about her, and Toblowski shouts it, to which she looks up. Um, and even though that happens, there's a commercial break, cut back to all the boys in Warren's office staring at her. And then when she looks up, they look away, pretend like they're cleaning the blinds or whatever.
So before Tobolowski gets back, probably there's a scene where Carrie brings him something in his office, and Emily is treated to
Mm,
so much Scolari butt. Now, can you please break out
yes.
your whiteboard of notes?
So I understand where it was going. He's got tight buns, probably from jumping on the trampoline, cut to Carrie walking in on him jumping on the trampoline with his buns in her face. All I could think about was the dick and balls. That's my note. All I could think about, regardless of how tight anybody says anybody's buns are, if I found out somebody had sex with a friend, a boss, or whatever, all I would be able to think about is their dick and balls. And jumping on a trampoline, not attractive. Not attractive anyway. Let's be clear. But that's all I would be able to think about. And if it was a lady, it would be her buns and her booty or and her boobies.
Heard it
That's
here,
it.
folks. Emily
That's it.
cannot
Like so I
interact with
was
people without objectifying them.
I no, I felt harassed because even though we were watching his buns, all I could think about was his dick. Because if his buns were as hard as Noreen said, they wouldn't be like jiggly or anything. But dick and balls are going to jiggle. Are you imagining that? Because I want you to
No,
feel as uncomfortable as I
I'm
felt
just
watching that.
looking at the somebody's
The
got a whiteboard up and she's got the angles and the velocity equations. Very, very detailed here. Not sure where you found that picture of Peter Scolari naked, but I guess you do need
AI,
that
baby.
picture.
AI.
I guess
Got to
you do
use it
need
for
that.
good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drain all the oceans to imagine every man naked, except for you. Sorry.
Thank you. Okay, so yes, so they come out to confront Carrie. Now I want you to think about this.
Me?
Not
Okay.
Emily, because Emily
Oh,
is fully in support of the boys. This is for the listener. I want you to think about you have a female coworker who comes into work, does her job. You then collect all of the gentlemen in the office to confront her about how her clothes aren't revealing enough for your visual excitement.
hey, throw in a bustier once in a while. It couldn't hurt.
Hey, that's not there yet. That's after she agrees to be their fucking wank candy, okay? So, and this is where Peter Scolari is going to start speaking in complete sentences, and we're not going to get any of the stammering. And what is he going to use this magic power for? He's going to say,
To make her feel uncomfortable.
hey, Carrie, it seems like you're having a problem thinking about us as sexual beings after I fucked your friend. Corey Feldman does a little.
Doing the
Uh,
little monkey boy.
yeah. So what's hilarious here is Morley says something so inappropriate that he gets sent back to his desk for a
That's
while.
right.
What does he even say? I can't even remember. I've blocked it, but it's
I
not.
blocked it too, but it's
It's like
bad. I
it's
heard it and I
yeah.
was like, it was bad enough that Peter Scolari's like, go back there. We'll talk about this later. Like he puts on dad mode.
Yeah.
Like, we'll talk about this
Which
later.
we've never seen before because we've never seen Peter Scolari interact with his boys this much.
No.
So, what is he interacting with them to this level about? Well, it is to confirm with Carrie that they are indeed sexual beings who do indeed lust for her, and she just needs to fucking get used to it. And really, when you think about it, maybe it's offensive to them that she like wasn't encouraging their masturbatory fantasies knowingly. It was unknowing. How dare she? Can she wear her normal clothes again? She says. A office manager of a company with a, what did he say they made? So there's also a thing,
$17 million in a week.
$17 million in a week. So they're pulling in, million times 52 divided by 4, 221 million. So they're pulling in 221 million in $1995 every quarter. So this is a very big company. They do CGI for movies, they do whatever else. We actually don't know what the fuck they make because the writers of this show are too busy giving us life lessons about women in the workplace. Women are giving us life lessons about women in the workplace. This is like, there's that book about how, which is actually good for the election, is that the only time a woman is ever given power in a patriarchal system is when that system is failing. So Hatcher, or what was that fucking monster's name in the UK?
Thatcher.
Thatcher. Thatcher was there when things were going to shit, so they brought her in to be the figurehead who would drive it to shit and encourage some misogyny in addition to everything else. Apparently, in ancient Egypt, it's the same situation, and it's only that the patriarchy is only ever going to give a woman the seat when it's so she can be covered in shit. And she's going to just be an agent of the patriarchy. I don't know how I got here, but it's a book. You should look it up. It's a good. We saw the speaker. She was fantastic. she would argue with stupid men on Twitter. I assume she's not there anymore. Okay, so I actually don't remember how I got there. I just wanted
I
to
don't either.
be smart and talk about something besides the show and be
Fair enough.
hopeful about next week
But
for a
but
second.
also what is fucked up about this scene is that he's speaking in complete sentences to make her feel bad for not seeing them as fully formed characters, fully formed human beings.
But the only thing fully formed about them is that they are constantly thinking about fucking her. That's
Yeah.
it. Which
And
we
also,
all know, by the way.
he brings up how much money they made in a week
Yes.
to prove that they're not distracted
Yes,
by
they
her
do.
so much that
Exactly.
they can't make money. And it's like, so it's okay that you're distracted by her because you're still making a lot of money. It's when
Yes.
you stop making money that
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 it's a problem.
distraction is bad.
Yes. Hashtag feminism.
Who knew?
The the additional like icky part of this is Todd the intern is part of this.
Mm-hmm.
Todd the intern is also, and they're also just like, you know, you gotta, give Todd some encouragement too. Like, why would the unpaid intern not get to enjoy in the delights of your feminineness? It's fucking disgusting. And then it ends with, I mean, there's a scene where Stephen Tobolowsky, or one of the moments is Stephen Tobolowsky going, "Come on now, Carrie, we're still men." And it's just kind of like, icky fucking gross, dude. But then Core Dog takes it to the next level and says, "Carrie, do you take requests for your outfits? We could use a bustier one of these days." And she's like, "I'll get it on the list." Because she agrees to act the way she normally does and dress the way she normally does. Two
Yes.
things which have absolutely nothing to do with her job performance or the performance of her duties, which we also find out is like
Hey, Andrew,
collating
it's a
financial data.
boost. It's a boost of morale for the team. Come on. She's like a little mascot you can jerk off to. Come on.
Was this like
I
show underwritten by Bill Gates, do we think? Like, was he just like, I think, what's his wife's name? His
Melinda,
ex, Melinda. She left his ass, right? Because
I think so. Yeah.
she left his ass. He's like, Melinda's gonna find out that I was touching the secretary's butt. I need to make a TV show about how it's appropriate. So yes, I do not know why Emily likes this show so much. I do not know why she is covered in sleeve tattoos of all the male characters' faces. I do now know why on her elbow she's got Peter Scolari's dick and balls, but I didn't know that until now. Why? Why? Why is this show? Why is this show from 1995? Why is this show from CBS? CBS was a network that, if they weren't priding themselves on having female run sitcoms, they were certainly promoting themselves as being a place for female led sitcoms.
The Bonnie Hunt show, for
The Bonnie
example.
Hunt Show, for example, and
The
Sybil.
least charismatic person I have ever seen trying to do comedy. Whatever. Next week,
Morley,
fair
wow,
enough.
wow.
Next week on Dweebs. Next week on Wednesdays, we'll be talking about episode 8,
And the election. We'll also be talking about the election.
The Carl's Crisis show. So it's a Carl heavy episode that I
Okay.
accidentally watched most of. He's having a crisis because he's the oldest man in the office.
Okay.
Can I tell you, his character is younger than you are now.
Cool.
And Carrie struggles to make him feel better about his age.
God damn, women just have the best jobs, don't they? Oh wow.
Oh God, I love coddling insecure men. I especially love when men can't wrap their minds around the world not conforming to their expectations of what it should be, how people should act. That's my favorite part, when people can't stop talking about it.
Hashtag
Instead of
feminism.
just like, moving on and finding something useful to do. They'll just bitch about somebody that they don't like. Anyway, that has been episode 7 of Onesies,
Or episode
season
2. It's all a
14.
blur.
We're on season 14. We've watched 14 mostly terrible TV shows.
We've watched we had double seasons.
We had a
So
double season. That's right.
didn't we have 2 double seasons? So I think
I
we've
don't remember.
yeah, it's been
It's been a lot.
of good shows that Emily has picked. Usually
Yeah. I can't wait
sometimes.
for you to pick something.
Oh, I think depending on how low we go, I might pull. I've got a couple actual good shows in the pocket,
Oh,
but
good. Excellent. So we get to watch a couple more episodes of this first. So how
cool.
exciting.
How exciting.
They keep setting up the will they won't they with Scolari and Farrah Fork. Who knows what'll happen with that. Okay. Andrew, next week I'll see you in Television Land.
I'll see you there in Television Land.